on the Herd weekdays at 12 Eastern. Catch it all right here Monday through Friday on FS1.
You're never going to win the Tom Brady's greater than Michael Jordan at the bar argument, because the Michael Jordan argument is easier. 6 for 6. 6 finals. 6 wins. 6 MVPs. Nobody mentions he, played for 15 years. That's too complicated. You're never going to win that argument. But I can make arguments for Brady. Think about this. Football is much less forgiving than basketball. Football is much more precise than basketball. If a quarterback in a Super Bowl makes 2 mistakes, you lose the game. In the NBA, you could have 3 atrocious games in the finals and still win. Football is much more precise and much less forgiving. Advantage Brady. Number 2 is Brady won with several different stars. There was the Deion Branch era. There was the Corey Dillon era. There is the Gronk era. As he's deteriorated, now it's the Edelman era. Michael Jordan didn't do anything pre-Pippen and anything post-Pippen. Advantage Tom. Here's the third one. Tom, in a sport where even practice is hard. Football practice is hard. And yet Tom Brady's gone 18, 19 years, never missed a beat. Emotionally, Michael Jordan quit twice. He quit. It's too much. It's too emotionally draining. Advantage Tom. Basketball is a sport built for dynasties. Football is not. In 13, just remember this, 13 NBA players have 6 rings. 1 NFL player does. Last name Brady, first name Tom.
What up? Herd rolls on here on Fox Sports Radio, Fox Sports 1, the iHeart Radio app. I'm Doug Gottlieb in for Colin Cowherd. So I was watching the Lakers take on the Rockets last night, and first half, it almost looked like LeBron didn't warm up. Like, hey, did you guys go do layup lines? Like, the first time he touched the basketball, I don't know if it was an errant pass, if it slipped out of his hands, or what it was. But, I mean, it was not an aesthetically pleasing first half for basketball in general. This is coming off an incredible finish between the Bucks and the Celtics, where the Bucks ultimately got a stop. Kyrie Irving missed a shot, could have won the game at the end in Milwaukee. You flip to L.A., and it wasn't good. It wasn't good. LeBron and the Lakers fell behind by 17 points in the third quarter. Then there was some odd foul, one really odd foul call, 2 offensive fouls called late on James Harden. The calls he normally gets, he did not get. He fouls out, and LeBron and the Lakers end up getting the win. Now, look, do I think that the Lakers are going to turn into the second-best team in the West, the team that was top 7 across the board in analytics defensively before LeBron and Kuzma and Rondo and Lonzo got hurt? No, I think the Thunder have put themselves in position to be the second-best team in the West. I still think the Rockets are going to be there. I think there's some competition there with teams like the Spurs and the Jazz. But if you look at the standings right now, the Clippers, who already sold off Tobias Harris and their big plays for the offseason, you can kind of take them off the board. Then there's the Kings that played very well and had a chance to beat the Warriors last night on the road and feel like they really, really, really want to go for it. And nothing would be a bigger victory for the Kings than to not just make the playoffs, but keep their nemesis, the Lakers, out of the playoffs. Remember, the Kings and Lakers aren't rivals because one has to actually beat the other in order to be a rival. But come on, folks. We've seen this movie. We know how it ends, right? Was there some officiating? Yeah. Did LeBron figure out how to make it work? Yeah. Did they get some stops, and did the Kings happen to lose? Like, stop me if you heard me this before, but I'm guessing when it comes down to the end of the year, somehow the Lakers are going to pull it off. But, man, the first half, they looked dead. And before I should even hop onto the bandwagon and say, forget 8 seed, 7 seed, 6 seed, here they come, because they're all within reach. we did see a comeback against the Celtics and then a terrible performance against the Sixers and even worse performance against the lowly Hawks. So they got the next 3 games are Pelicans, Grizzlies, Pelicans. Two teams, 3 games. Their opponents are trying to lose games. They want to lose games. The Pelicans have come out and said, not only are we not playing Anthony Davis in the fourth quarter, but we're going to play our younger guys, not Drew Holiday in the fourth quarter. So we'll know if the Lakers are really back based upon how they do their next 3 games. They sweep all 3. They have a 4-game winning streak. Like, all right, they're back, and nothing is out of the question seed-wise. But in the Atlanta game, they look dead. In the 76ers game, they look dead. And in the Pacers game, they look dead. But as we've learned from the Princess Bride, they weren't dead. They were mostly dead. Okay? All the way dead, the only thing left to do is to go through their pockets for loose change. Mostly dead means somewhat alive. It's going to be fun to see if they can storm the castle. Because there is something to everybody counting you out, and even LeBron not looking like the same LeBron. Like I frankly think there's somebody in that organization that's tweaking LeBron a little bit where, you remember the story a couple of days ago, the Lakers are concerned that LeBron's groin injury may cause him to not be playing at the level that he should be playing at. And then all of a sudden, LeBron went from, I'm not chasing anything, to it's all activated now. Like, I don't know if he sprayed Soul Glow all over his body and suddenly got activated. He must have got activated at halftime because it was not a pretty first half. Yes, the Lakers likely make the playoffs, but let's not go crazy on one game, one win, where they get a bunch of calls. There's a bunch that Matt Barnes is going to join us in a second, and it did feel like whether you think the officiating was against James Harden or it was just playoff officiating, it felt like Harden really struggled with it, and that's why we saw an incomplete performance by a guy who's last year's MVP who could be this year's MVP. But the Lakers are not dead. They're somewhat alive. Here's Joy Taylor with the news.
Now,